will show you another way. So put your glasses on, nothing will be wrong. There's no blame, there's no fame, it's up to you. The fast brush you'll be finding, whatever holds you back. I can't get it all. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me what you want. I don't know why, don't know why, don't know what to say. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me what you say. I don't know why, don't know why, too late, it's too late.
Alrighty, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to part 10 of the podcast. Episode 9 was supposed to be the last episode for now, but I had to do this one, and I'm gonna let Tremaine lead this one off. But like I said, no, this of course Tremaine's Ultra Fatality. So, Tremaine, go ahead, bro. Let them know why we here.
Today is a sad day. Hey, some my anime friends and manga friends probably already know, but on May 6th, Kentaro Mirua has passed away, and I just found out like late last night.
Like literally, yeah, last night. Cause we was playing a little bit of Resident Evil 5, and
yeah, we had just got off.
We just got
We
off.
was having fun, having laughs, and the moment I opened up my internet browser, they said he was gone. Now, normally stuff like this doesn't matter to me, like celebrity death or stuff like that, because it's people die. It happens.
Yeah, you're right.
I actually was attached to this dude, man, because I'm a huge Berserk fan,
Bruh, the very first time I heard of Berserk was during the 90s anime run. And
that's what most people started with too. And the 90s anime was a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, bro. Even though it mostly covered the
golden age.
Yeah, the golden age art.
That's what most forms of media do, because a lot of people will either argue that freaking the golden age or the Lost Children arc is the best arc. And my thing, I don't give a shit. I love every single
I love every arc of Berserk. And like I said, because after that, I really started to learn. I wanted to learn more, because I think because for a while it was those Benny the comic historian, or he had a second show called the manga historian, where he covered mostly manga arcs. Because when he did the Berserk story arc, bro, it made me want to read Berserk in its entirety. I'm like, bro, this junk is really good, because
the way how I know, I remember getting into it because I was much too young when I first got into it. I was not supposed to be watching it. I know my eldest brother had showed it to me, and just like how he showed it to me, I showed it to my little brother, and everything. He was way too. You shouldn't be watching, but I'm like, no, you gotta watch this, bro.
right.
Because it's just that he's mature enough to do it. But my thing is, like I said, the shit affects me so much because, I'm a huge fan of this dude's work. I've been around there for the longest. I have reread this dang manga 3 freaking times. That's all 360 something chapters.
Right. The crazy thing is, when I started looking more into Berserk, it was because the first game I played. Because let me say this real quick. Because me and Train was going to really do a whole Berserk episode. We was gonna talk about.
We did, dude, didn't we?
Yeah, we were
gonna do that a long time ago. Yeah,
we
our versus do thing.
Yeah, we was talking about okay, it's we gonna do because we said we're gonna do a JoJo video only episode. We was gonna do we said other one, but mainly we was definitely gonna do a JoJo and Berserk episode, and we was cool, we gonna do it. We just trying to map things out. But then I can see, because as soon as like when I check Facebook, I said, so let me go check Facebook for a hot minute, and then that's when I saw your post saying that rest in peace. I'm like, what? I checked Google. I went to different sources, and just to make sure that what I was reading was true. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what I did. Like it happened as soon as we got off the gate, and I saw
as soon
that
as we got out of the
shit.
game, as soon as we got out of
And
the game.
I was just looking like I was in a party with my friend with all my friends, and I'm like, I'm over here trying my best to be funny, but I'm like, bro, somebody say psych right now. Like for real. Somebody say psych right now. And I spent like almost an hour, almost 2 hours looking into this shit, and I started seeing the posts.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, no, this is legit. This ain't fake.
yeah. Because
And
like,
I'm like, I couldn't even function, man. I got off the game. I think I went to sleep probably right afterwards. I'm like, dog. I was ready to do like my game designing. I was ready to
yeah.
freaking do something. I
Because
don't
my
have
whole
Dark
thing
Souls,
was,
so I wouldn't go play Neo. Just trying to
because
do something to cheer
Tremaine,
me up.
when I found out I was gonna call you, but I figured you was asleep, and I was like, hey, so I was like, I
I was
want
about to go. We were thinking the same thing because
to,
that's what I
yeah.
was about to do to you, man.
I was like, man, I said I want to do a video about this. I said I want to do a video about this because because Berserk just like you, Berserk means so much to me, dog. Because like I said, and even when they had Berserk in the band, the Hawks and stuff like that, I played and beat that game literally twice because that's how much I love the game. I know they had another game. I forgot for the Dreamcast, but
They got 3 games. They got 3 games,
it's three
and
games.
the
I know the one about the
Dreamcast
Dreamcast one.
game.
Yeah, I know about the Dreamcast
No,
one.
that is one. I think that's the first Berserk
Did
game.
they have one for the PS2?
It's called. No, it's just Dreamcast only. They had one for the PS2. That
Yeah, that's
was
what I'm
called
saying.
Millennium Falcon.
Oh, okay.
That one stayed in Japan though,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
and because you had the Sword of the Berserker. That was literally
Yeah,
what it was called.
yeah.
Sword of the Berserker, Guts' Rage, and
Jump was hard though, by
then
the
you
way.
had the Millennium Falcon, and then you had Berserk Muso or Berserk and the Band of the Hawk.
Yeah, it's bro, that's just like I I guess what we can talk about is because I don't want to leave this like as we talk about. I don't want to leave in a sour note because the guy who did sorry, Kentaro, who made Berserk. I mean, he really. I know there's some dark anime and dark mangas out there, but for him, for me, it was really on that edge, and like you on that edge, he's pushing you over, and you ain't coming back through it. That's really what I felt like that, and depending,
Struggler, man. That's what they
yeah,
call
yeah,
Guts. And struggler.
yeah, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like each moment, like there'll be some funny moments, but the funny moments do not last. Cause like, all right, we got you little joke here, moments here. All right, we're gonna put you right back in the thick of it because again,
Yeah, like the thing is, the darkest arcs to me,
mm-hmm.
like freaking, because it was Puck, man. It was Puck that brightened the shit up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Without Puck, man, readers would have
Like Puck was
stayed
really that
depressed.
balance though,
We needed
and
that
normally you
dude.
don't really get that in dark animes. You don't get that bright balance of that.
And they did it right.
Yeah,
Most of the time when I see dark fantasies, unfortunately, I ain't gonna lie, I do compare them to Berserk because I'm like, that's Berserk. A lot of people who know me already know this. Berserk is my number one manga and anime.
mm-hmm.
Freaking, it's just like my number one form of shit. Beating
Right.
out JoJo's. And we'd be like, damn, really? JoJo's? I thought JoJo's your favorite. I'm like, not now. Berserk number one.
But
This
like,
is my
because
favorite
you got, because think
character.
about this
You
with
gotta love
Berserk. Berserk been around for a long time. Not saying JoJo hasn't, but like, all the time, for me, all the time, first time I heard about JoJo, real talk, as I said it so many different times. The first time I heard about JoJo was from the arcade, and then Berserk, I played the game on the Dreamcast, but then then the anime came out for it. I'm like, okay, I'm
But
actually
like
like,
that's how a lot of people get introduced into these
yeah,
things, especially if you're young, because
mm-hmm.
you ain't really on the website that much actually looking for manga and stuff. Hell, you probably at this point calling anime manga comics. Still like, hey, did you see the JoJo comic? Like you don't know the difference at some points.
Right.
So I don't knock anybody that discovered it that way because I'm like that's how I discovered JoJo's was with the game, and then I discovered Berserk with the anime and shit. I actually discovered the manga late because I never knew where
Yeah,
to actually read
I
it.
just
We
got
had
the
a
manga
physical
late too.
copy.
I still
I
like.
had to get physical copies of the shit, but unfortunately, the copies I had was all out of order. It'll go from like chapter 3 to chapter 9 to chapter. Oh
Right,
shit!
right.
So I eventually, when I found my sites to read it on, I unfortunately, along with I know many of you Berserk fans, was around during the ultimate hiatus. And I read it, and then I was like, "Yo, where's it at?" And then people tell me, "Yo, he's been going for almost a couple years and stuff." The only thing is, that's the one thing I want to talk about the hiatuses and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah, yeah.
and all of that stuff. I know a lot of people got mad at him one time because he was talking about he was playing this idol game with these idol girls and stuff. And I was saying stuff like freaking, hey man, when you working on Berserk, you need some fun loving shit like that in
I
your
mean, you think
life.
about it. Just think about it,
Keep you
like
from going insane.
you got like you. If you think about it, you gotta play something a little fun, loving, because like if you constantly, because Berserk is really not for the faint of heart. It's not for
It's
the people.
dark as shit.
It
I mean,
is
when I
really
tell people about it, because people always be like, oh, I want to watch a dark anime. And I'm like, Berserk is literally the first thing to come out my
Berserk. Yeah,
damn
really
mouth. And some
Berserk.
people be telling me, I don't want to watch something that damn dark now. I want to watch some dark. I'm like, okay.
And then go watch Goblin Slayer. Then you be all right.
But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, dude, just I'm saying watch, read, I guess,
I
because
mean,
yeah, but the
it's
anime
kind of the same
didn't.
thing if you think about it.
Well, yeah, but the anime, all three animes tuned it down in a way because a lot of people don't realize it or they forget. What even the '90s one they cut some stuff
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
and
they
the
got a
most
lot of
important
stuff up.
thing,
They got
yeah, and the most important thing that the '90s one cut out was the Skull Knight.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then the way how it ended was actually the eclipse.
yep.
And even though if you watch the end of the credits, you'll see that Gut survive, obviously, because in the very first episode they was doing the Black Swordsman arc.
Right,
But, they don't know. People don't know how or what
right.
happened.
And like
People
I
have
said,
only stuck to that.
I would give Netflix credit on that because they went through they did pretty much the Golden Age arc, and then like
You talking about the movies?
the movie wise the 3-part movie they did.
Well,
And
they still messed up too. They just
yeah, like
added
I
a
said, I
little
know
bit of
don't
stuff.
believe me. It's not perfect. Like I said, after
Yeah,
reading,
everybody. The thing is, I don't knock most of the people that tried this that mess up because you just can't do
you
it.
can't.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
whether people want to hear it or not, you
You
can't
can't.
freaking Berserk cannot get a proper anime adaptation because it's just too damn dark.
Right. Then, like I
Unless
said,
it's like
even
a
Japan
straight
has their limits,
DVD
bro.
thing.
Japan has their limits on certain stuff too. Just not. They go far and beyond. Even they had their limits on certain stuff. So I get it. It's like
Yeah, I think eventually one day maybe. I mean, if we can continue how we are now with all this fucking super being soft and shit, then no. But
nah.
I think one day maybe it might get a proper adaptation. But I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I
if
kind
it,
of really hope it does, and especially now with Kentaro passing, man, we need a proper Berserk send off
yeah,
because
and I
the
agree.
last
Agree
two
too.
Berserk meetings we got was the infamous 2015 and 16 one.
Yeah,
And
like
the
season
thing
2 and 3,
about that, the people that was working on it, they never even made an
they never really
uh,
made it because
action anime. No,
what
they
arc
did
was that?
romantic shit.
What arc was that they covered? Was that I know what was it Mogets? I can't remember. I can't remember the story arc because I know because like that
They
jump.
cover, yeah, they did that the Lost Conviction arc.
Yeah. Lost Convention arc. Like I
I think
actually
that's where
enjoyed.
they stopped
Right. What's
after the Mogets and all that.
yeah.
I think
I didn't see.
no,
I didn't see the
no,
last
they
one.
continued on.
I didn't
They
see the last
continued
one.
on to where oh, I'm about to butcher her name. I don't
You
remember.
talking about Farnese?
Freaking Flora. No, Flora. I cannot pronounce her fucking name. But if anybody in the Berserk fan that can pronounce her name, you are truly God.
Shirake. No,
Shirky.
Shirake.
Yeah, yeah, Shirky, whatever.
Thank you, Berserk.
They went to her arc. They went through her
Oh.
arc and all the way up into the mistress died.
Yeah.
And then after that, that was it. They was on their way to Elfhelm at that part. but they
Yeah.
never. I don't think that part got animated.
No, it
And
didn't.
this is where Berserk Muso will come in, where you will play the game and you continue, and then you'll get to FM, and then that's where the game ends at.
Yeah.
Now, currently, like I said, the chapters I was on was 363. I believe that's the last one. And they just revealed not too long ago, like that the Skull Knight, who we all knew was the original king back then.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had the berserker armor and shit. He had a freaking relationship with these fairies, and all. I'm like, oh shit! It was getting good, man.
Yeah, it
Costa got her
was.
fucking memory
Gossip
back.
got a memory
God
back,
damn
bro.
it!
Do you
I
know
feel
how?
sorry
Hey,
for
I'm not gonna lie. I
everybody
am not
who
gonna lie.
just
I actually
got
teared
that.
up because I was waiting for that moment when she get her memory back. I wanted that because I was like, I said, like, dog, because it's like I felt so bad for Casca because I do want to talk about characters in a bit, but dog, the things that happened to Casca was really it. I choked up. I'm like, yo. I'm like, why? Cause all right, before we go into characters, I gotta say this first because like a lot of people, I mean, I think it's still going on to this day, Tremaine.
What?
People are they blaming Guts and they blaming Griffith. They blame Guts because Guts left Griffith and Griffith did what he did. Then like I'm like, why?
I
So why is
mean, what
like
you mean blaming them for
like you
what
know
happened and all
when
that?
Guts left the Band of the Hawk and when he beat
Oh
Griffith.
yeah, it fucked Griffith up because he thought he didn't need nobody. He thought he was cool. And like, Gus just wanted a friend, man. Like he said in that speech of his, like, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
call
So
anybody my
I don't
friend.
blame. I say
But
you
they
can't
just
blame
call
Guts.
me. I don't blame Gus for leaving.
But people, I'm telling you, like a lot of people, it was like I remember Hiro Hiei, I think he covered it, or your so-called your favorite, you already now I'm about to say, for Neverworld, for
Oh my
Neverworld.
god.
Yeah, I think he covered that one day too.
Making this podcast so much worse by mentioning that goddamn name. I'm already upset.
But it's for me, it was like when people, a lot of people were saying it was Guts' fault. I was like, why? I was like, and then I really give him a good excuse. I'm like, why are you saying it's Guts' fault? Well, he left. I was like, well, Griffith gave that speech where he said he really didn't need nobody, and Guts just wanted to be on like Guts is more about being on Griffith's level. He wanted a friend, and he considered Griffith that friend. But Griffith just felt like he was too high and mighty and stuff like that. So like, bruh, I was like, you can't blame Guts for that. You can't. But even Guts had like a weird backstory too, cause that junk. They talk about his mom when he was birthed from
More
a
from a
hank.
corpse.
Yeah, I'm like yo. I was like this junk like it, cause like I'm not gonna lie. He's like it shook me. I'm like, bruh. Then how Gambito treated. Hold on, I'm probably saying his name wrong. Please forgive me, Berserk
Yeah, you
fans.
said it
Yeah,
right. That's it. You're
yeah.
right, man.
How
I'm gonna
Gambito
fuck up if you get it wrong.
did Guts wrong. He sold him to some other dude. I'm like, yo, dog.
Donovan.
Yeah, I was like, bro, you ain't got to do my man's like that. Come on, dog.
He blamed Guts for his
Oh,
wife dying.
for his wife dying.
He ended
Yeah,
up catching the plague and stuff. He's like, oh, she got it from you and all that shit, blah blah blah. That's the whole you should have died. See,
yeah, yeah,
in the anime and all that crap. Yeah, him selling him to Donovan to for like what he said, like three pieces of
yeah.
silver.
Three
Like,
pieces of
damn.
silver. Yeah,
And the
bro.
thing is, that ultimately caught back up to Gambino, dumbass, because when Guts went to go kill Gambino, he's supposed to be watching Gambino's back during a battle,
Yeah.
but he wasn't. So that's what caused Gambino to become retired. He got hit and he lost a leg and shit. I'm like, fuck you. That's what you get. That's
Yeah.
what you fucking get. The only thing I was upset about is that it took Guts a while that he was still just in denial for so long about like
Yeah.
how he still looked up to get even during his Band of the Hawk days, he
Yeah.
still looked up to that man,
Yep.
as his father figure. With all the shit he did, like, oh, fuck that guy, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Bruh, yeah, that junk right there, and jeez, God, it's and like I said, cause I didn't want to me, I know there's a lot of disturbing scenes in Berserk, But the whole Eclipse one, that right there is
Eclipse is what fucked everybody,
yeah. Because
especially
I
people
wasn't
who can't
expecting
handle that stuff. I know so many people that dropped Berserk after the Eclipse
the
because
Eclipse happening. I'm
they
like,
didn't read. Like a lot of again, like a lot of people just stuck to the anime, so they didn't know Black Swordsman arc is actually like first, and then it
first,
goes
right?
to the flashback into the
Could
the
have golden
golden age
age,
arc.
yeah.
Is right after he kills the count, and you finally see Guts sad because his daughter, the little girl, not Guts' daughter, the count's
The
daughter, is
Duke's
all
daughter,
like
right?
freaking. Oh, yeah, it's your fault. I hope you die, you motherfucker. And I'm like, damn, bitch.
Yeah,
Fuck you. Now
yeah,
I know, like Black Swordsman Guts was edgy as shit, but
yeah.
this is literally the only edgy
He
character
was only
I would
educated, but
even
I
pass.
like
I
how
like to
he
shit on edgy characters, but who do y'all know who's been through the shit this man has been through? Like
and
for real, and you have every right to be an edgy jackass
like I
after
said,
what
like
happened
okay,
to you
like I
your
know,
whole
because
life.
I know you sometimes you clown on Sasuke a lot, and
You're right. I will
yeah,
forever keep
and
calling
like
on
I said,
Sasuke.
cause like the whole like I, cause Sasuke didn't know the truth of what was happening, what
But the thing is, after he learned the truth, he still was doing stupid shit.
yeah. Like, oh, I'm
Like,
going to kill
what
the.
the fuck is wrong with
I'm
you?
going to destroy the Leaf Village.
I'm gonna destroy the Leaf. Like,
Village,
nigga,
right?
what?
It's like you know the
What? That's
truth.
not what we do. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
but it's
I'm
like
mad.
with Guts. I feel like for me, I'm in agreement with you because it's like he has the right to be this edgy. I know a lot of Naruto fans gonna hate me for it, but fight me on it. I do like
They
Sasuke
shouldn't. If they know about Berserk, he shouldn't.
and
I always tell people, what's an anime character that went worse than Guts? Like, shit, who got it worse than Guts?
right now,
And people
as far
give
as
me
I know,
some names, but most
nobody.
of the time
Like,
it's like, yeah, we're like,
I really
y'all
think
can give
about
me
it.
some stuff, but
Not even
nobody.
Alucard from Hell Saints.
Like, this dude was born from a corpse. That's already fucked up. Never to know your true mother or your true father and no shit like that. Then, on top of that,
Your
your
adopted
freaking
father.
adopted mother soon dies after saving your ass. Then your adopted father hates you for the rest of your life. Freaking literally sex traffics you and forces you to fight in these battles that you are clearly not ready for and shit. And then all the way until he dies, he keep cursing you. Freaking yo, you a piece of shit, you deaf, blah blah blah, fuck you, I hate you guts. And then
Right.
fast forward to your teenagers, you being a mercenary and shit, when you, like the Band of the Hawk shit, everybody in the Band of the Hawk, they was there supposed to help him. And this is what made it so bad with the eclipse. He finally started to love and trust again. He had him a family again, and then the
Yeah.
eclipse fucking happens. Then you lose all that shit
You
right
lose
when you
all
start
that.
actually really getting to it. And then during that, the one person who you considered a friend didn't even consider you a friend. Or at least he didn't know you were a friend because he was just like, hey, it's all about my
It's all
dream.
about my dream, my ambitions, and
After
stuff
you
like
left
that.
and shit, they didn't even know. It was too late for that shit. It was too late. River was already out of commission. Like, man, this dude, like, you just lost your second family. And
right.
now, fast forward to the Black Swordsman arc, you see you going along for so long, you have nobody but Puck, and Puck fuck is constant. And shout outs to Puck fans out there, people R.I.P fans, because freaking, if I was Puck, dude, but Guts would have been dead a
Every
long
time,
time
Gus
ago,
like,
because he be mistreating the shit out of Puck, dog.
he's
And
like,
yes, he's annoying as shit. Puck is annoying as
but
shit.
the form that
But the
Pugs
shit,
take in Berserk, like he go from skinny to this like little bloated form, it just cracks me up. And like, but that's the thing I'm talking about. It's a good balance of that comedic, that light and dark.
Yeah,
That dark.
I'm saying, if it wasn't for Puck, dude, Gus would have been dead.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna keep fast forwarding even further, like towards the Lost Conviction arc and all that stuff, where you finally get his new crew with Isidro, Cherokee,
Isidro, then
Barnice, and Serpico and
yeah,
stuff. I was happy. It was during, I want to say, where Guts finally started to accept them after they killed the ogre and the kelpie. Yeah, the kelpie shit.
Kelpie.
And that was during what? That was
That was
afterward. That was afterwards when they left the
when they left
when they
the
left the
when they left
uh,
the well
I don't remember
that
the
was
name of
after
her
was that after the
spot. I
Lost
don't remember
Convention
the name
arc?
of Cherokee's spot.
Yeah, was that after the Lost Convention arc when they
That
did with
was
the
after. It was afterwards.
yeah, because that's when they started doing the Lost Convention arc when they did with the goblins. Then they went to the forest again. That's when the new band of Hawk was starting to be formed or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
When Gus the new band at all, he
yeah,
lost his
Gus was
shit. Like,
pissed.
don't y'all dare use that fucking name.
Gus was pissed.
Think about like what happened further down the line that made me so upset is because they said people who kept reading, or for those who stopped reading, there was I don't remember the number, but on their way to Elfhelm when they were securing a boat, um, there's I
That's the
know
one
what
that
this
sea
fucking
guy
what's the
art, if I
king,
remember right.
huh?
I think it was like that sea guy they had to deal with on the way to Elfhelm.
Well, I ain't talking about the boss. It's just I'm talking about because yeah, that was like they boss fight for Elfhelm, yeah, the
Right.
sea god or whatever. But there's a scene in one of the chapters, I want to say like chapter 320 something. I don't fucking know. It's been so long since I read this shit. But the point I'm making is some of the past characters that was in Guts' youth, like in when he was in the Band of the Hawk, they end up recognizing Guts. I want to say his name was King Julius or something. He was a prince at the time. I don't freaking remember,
Oh
so y'all gotta
yeah,
forgive me for that.
yeah. I know you talking
But
about. Yeah.
yeah, one of the nobles and stuff that was there that's actually survived and stuff they recognized Guts, man. He's like, you're Guts, you're the captain of the Raiders, and blah blah blah. And Guts like, no, you know what? No, you got me confused. So he's like, no, I know it's you. And I'm like, oh my god, come on, you can tell him, man. It's like the shit was getting so good during their journey to Elfhelm and stuff.
Yeah,
You
bro.
know,
It's like cause
freaking
like I do want to talk about like Farnese for a second because like I hated Farnese for a good moment
everybody fucking hated Florence when
until
they
she
first
started
showed her.
really start to open up more. You know what I'm saying? Because she those the first time she came in again can't remember the exact number or chapter, but it's doing the
The
Lost
first
Conviction.
time she was introduced was during the Lost Children arc,
You're doing the Lost
which
Children
they
arc.
never animated because
I
people who
and I get
noticed,
it because like what happened at the end of that story arc. I get it. Why
it
the
wasn't the end. It wasn't the
it
end. It
wasn't
was the
the
whole arc itself.
yeah the whole arc. I mean yeah it
The
was that's
Lost,
what I mean like
I'm
the end of
telling
the
you
arc
that
like the whole end of that arc. That's what I mean.
you said
Because
that what?
like because like what happened with the Lost Children arc. Because again I thought that was a pretty good arc, but I was like oh so the children are fairies. Then when Gus killed the I want to say the queen of it of that one all the kids
The thing
died.
about that thing that well, they was finished anyway.
Yeah,
She
that's
already
yeah,
killed them, transforming them into monsters. But
yeah.
my thing about the Lost Children arc is a lot of people like to agree that was the best arc, which I'm just going to respectfully say it wasn't. It was a great arc for sure, but I don't think it was the best. Not in my opinion, it
Right.
wasn't at least. But anyway, the thing about that arc I like so much is because Guts was struggling to kill what I'm gonna call these people these arcs the big boss. So he was struggling to kill what's her name the
The
giant moth lady
yeah,
chick.
yeah.
And a lot of people who watched the '90s anime, she made an appearance
She made an
when
appearance towards the end of the '90s when she did.
yeah when all the apostles were showing up and stuff.
Yeah.
She was that fairy just taunting. Oh my god, how did I can't how am I forgetting his fucking name? It's literally right on the tip of my tongue. Freaking Rickard, man,
Ricky, yeah, yeah.
damn.
The blacksmith.
They're freaking getting tongue tied and shit. But yeah, she was up there laughing and taunting him and all that crap. So she was there, but they never animated her art because like as it says, it's about children and stuff
Yeah, yeah,
getting turned into monsters who they let believe that they were fairies. Like no, y'all getting transformed into freaking monsters,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
And when you would kill them, they'll revert back to their children thing. So they was all under the impression that Guts was going around killing
killing
children, which
children,
is
right?
fucked. Damn.
Yeah, cause then
Even
cause
though
remember
they are
because
kids, I guess. But the thing about that thing when he was fighting the big boss, he was struggling to kill her. He said that she's like, yo, I could have
she
killed
was
him
so
multiple times.
fast. She was flying like extra. She
No,
was
it's not just because she was fast. Remember, like he said, when he was about to sneak attack her, multiple times when he snuck her, he hesitated and she managed to
yeah
dodge him. He would probably just cut off her leg or an
leg.
antenna and just damage her. And he's like, Yeah, what the fuck? Why did I hesitate? Because you know it's a kid he's fighting.
Yeah,
Like, yo, this is
but that's what I'm saying. But
fucking
that's
weird.
what I like about Guts because he's this edgy. There's still some humanity in this
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he got some humanity left in him.
Yeah,
It's
so
not much.
yeah, it's not
Well,
much,
shit,
but
especially
it's
during the
like
Black Swordsman arc. But
yeah, because then what's the name? Because one of the servants, the older dude and I remember in the manga, I think he helped with the poison try to kill Griffith, if I remember.
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know about
so
that guy
then
you're
because I
talking
remember
about.
he was asking I know he was trying to hire Guts to help kill the Duke. So I remember that one, but yeah, like the Lost Children story arc, it was wild because then at the end of it, if those who haven't read it, when he killed her, like the kids killed the Queen Moth or whoever, I can't remember her name.
You call her Queen Moth or whatever. Yeah.
When he killed the Queen Moth, and when everything was burning, the kids reverted back to normal self, but they were dead, or they was dead to begin with, and the village was
Yeah, it
like,
just reverted back to corpses pretty much, man.
yeah, and they was like, like I said, the village thought like, oh, Gus killed our children, get rid of them.
Yeah, that's why Farnese and they was already aware of the scriptures about freaking the
Yeah,
eclipse and everything.
yeah,
They call it the black sun and stuff, and it was like it was just a prophecy to happen. Just
yeah,
killers guy. Even though they was describing Griffith, they
Griffith,
thought
right?
it was, guts in a way.
Yeah,
So I'm like, all right.
but
And
like,
then
yeah,
they
but
was searching for him. That's why in the anime, the infamous one, yes,
yeah.
they
And,
skipped the whole Lost
but
Children arc and just had
did you
Farnese
always never?
appear
Did you
because
ever notice? And I'm gonna go back to the top of Farnese in a minute. When the most edgiest stuff happened in anime, they had to cut that out. Because think about this: Outlaw Star, for example, during maybe like early '90s, it was a hidden episode. It was called like the little hot spring episode, and Asia Clan was trying to find a hot spring, and each hot spring she went to, she couldn't find one until she hopped into a volcano. And then when Gene got there, you see Asia naked. I was like, nah, Cartoon Network, y'all get me with this, because during Tanami's run, with Tenchi Muyo, they put the girls, they added bikinis on them. So you mean you couldn't do that with Asia Clan? Like, granted, Asia Clan was fine to the mud to me. I'm sorry. And quick side note, the voice of Asia Clan is the voice of the '90s Rogue. I just want to point that out there. I know I'm probably one day we will talk about that because that still blows my mind. But going with the topic of Farnese, man, it's like, again, it's one of the characters who I hated, but at the same time I grew to like because she was more than herself. You know what I'm saying? She was
it's a character development,
yeah,
man.
and I like, because then I
That's the
read,
thing about Berserk I love so much because all the every one of those fuckers, man, except for Corcus, fuck that nigga. Corcus is literally the only person who I will never ever feel sorry for. I mean, I get his part why he was there and why he was the way he was. I still just don't like him. I never will. But everybody has some damn good character development, man. And yeah, she was one of them. She definitely grew on me because watching her just being this blind religious nut, killing people like that, having a
yeah,
fetish for burning, being like,
burning
God
people. Didn't she
damn,
burn her own mother or
what's
something like
wrong
that?
with you?
Or
No,
something.
it was Serpico's.
Cervical's
She
mom. She fought with
because
cervical in her backstory too.
huh?
Because I know there was like half brothers.
There's like half brother, sister.
Yeah, she tried
She
to.
ended up falling for him. She wanted to fuck, and he like, I know we siblings, man.
Yeah, so
She wanted that dude. And she used to like try to freaking like she always bullied that dude as a kid, man.
yeah,
Serpico had a
yeah,
bad with her. And he like, man, if I were you, I probably hated her, man. But he toughed it out.
yeah.
He toughed it out for her. But yeah, when they was working together, Serpico's mother was sickly and shit, and they ended up capturing her doing their little witch hunts
Yeah, yeah.
or freaking looking what they call it. What they fucking call it looking what
Uh,
damn.
I
I don't
forgot.
know. I don't remember what they called it, but I'm just gonna call it a witch hunt. But
Yeah,
I know they were
you
looking
might as
for
well call
Serpico's
it that.
mother, and he was working for them at the time. So Serpico's, he was like, "Oh fuck that," but she's like, "You gotta do it, otherwise they'll call you a heathen."
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.
They're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
trying to
They don't
burn
give you,
you.
don't burn you,
And
gonna
she was
kill
begging
you.
him to, yeah, she was begging him to do it and shit. And his
So,
mom was already senile and shit. So I'm like,
yeah.
man, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
Bruh, it was, cause I'm like, dang, dog. But I think like even when cause like when they showed the part when she was whipping herself, I'm like, okay, you are like, are you getting off on this? Like, this is where I knew what I know now about her, and that junk was like, but I think one of the most, even I hate how they animated the part in the second season of Berserk. But when the horse demon, cause that junk really freaked me out.
Oh, the infamous rape horse.
Yeah,
Everybody knows the infamous
the
rape
means for that rape. Oh my god! I was like, come on, y'all. I was like, she want to get done in by a demon.
Yeah,
Right? It was it was
yeah. I knew they wasn't gonna animate that. I was surprised that shit even made it
yeah, I was.
But
I
I was
was
like,
really
okay.
shocked that it got in there.
But
I was like, oh.
unfortunately, we had to deal with that type of animation. I wish it
And
was
you know,
somebody
I
else
don't
working
hate
on it. Like,
I don't hate 3D animation, but if you know how to blend it right,
they
because
didn't do that shit right at all,
yeah,
man.
that's what I'm
They
saying. They
didn't do
didn't,
that shit at all.
because certain I was trying to think of the name of it. What anime did blended it so well and it looked so seamless. Was it Ghost in the Shell? I don't know. I can't remember. I want to say it's just.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember, but like the thing is about with 3D animation, and I get 2D animation can be hard to do sometimes, but if you blend it well good with 3D where it looks like it's seamless, then that's a good anime.
But the people that even worked on the anime never did an
Yeah,
action
the people
anime
who
at
did it when they
all.
were
And I'm like,
yeah.
why did y'all include these guys and y'all give them such a legendary title as Berserk to be their
It's
first
like,
fucking thing?
bro, it's like when they're like, hey, this is our AAA title, but we know we're gonna give it. We want you to work on the sequel, but we're gonna take you to the B team who had never done something like this before.
Shit, the F team shit, motherfuckers. These motherfuckers ruined that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Even with
Like,
the Blu-ray version on DVD where they tried to like fix up some of the shit, it's too damaged, bro. It's
yeah,
too damaged.
it really is. When you really think about it, it's just like,
And then a lot of things that people forget is it wasn't even just the animation. It was just they only had one battle music. Think about it. If you literally watch that Berserk, they only had one battle music. Every
yeah,
time Gus got into a fight, I think
yeah, they
my
don't,
brother was the one that played. And granted, I like the song, but I'm like, why is it only fucking one?
yeah,
And that's one thing about Berserk that I will forever love is the soundtrack.
the soundtrack,
Freaking,
because God,
I love every.
oh
That's
my
one thing about the
god,
2016 and 15 one. I did like the soundtrack. I love freaking Ash Crow.
yeah,
Love
Astro
my
was
brother.
good.
Love the Black Swordsman. Freaking
What was the one? Tell Me
I
Why
think
was one of my
all
favorite ones. Tell Me Why is one of my favorite ones. I love that song. What was the one?
really. Tell
Yes,
me why.
Tell Me
Really
Why.
about
I
Paintball?
because I grew up with that junk so much, and I remember when a friend of mine let me borrow his '90s Berserk DVD collection, and I watched, and they had like the I remember they had the they was like spray painting Berserk, they was painting guts on the wall, and they played the full song of Tell Me Why. I was like, yo, that junk was good. And what was the other one? I can't remember the guy's name who made it, because God, that song. Forces.
The thing about Forces,
I love Forces, bro.
that and you as you hear, and T will tell you can call me right now. Forces is my fucking ringtone. It's been my ringtone
Yep.
for the
Oh my
longest.
god. Oh, yeah. I can't say it, bro. It's
Like,
something.
no, like the thing about Forces,
Ooh.
I would say is like Forces. When you really listen to it, that shit does not sound like it would be in Berserk,
It
but
don't,
if
but
I like it. It's just that damn good though. Because a lot of people who I talked to about it all said the same things. Also, it seemed like it'll be like in a much faster paced manga or anime, like some spaceship, like Gundam or something. And I was like, you know, it probably would be good in Gundam, but it's in Berserk, bitch, and it actually fits
but
too.
it
I like
fits
it.
though.
Like my thing is, I think my favorite song. Because I think the guy who makes the song might say I don't remember his last name. I know
It's God, it's
it's Susumu
Susumu Hiro Sasawa.
yeah,
Sorry if I
Hero
butchered that
Sawa. Yeah,
name right,
I love his fucking tracks, dog.
bruh. His tracks, but
I
like
listen to so many of his stuff, even stuff that's not even on
Berserk, yeah, because
Berserk. Like
he done a lot of good
his
stuff.
tracks in general.
Yeah, because like God, it's like, but forces how that song. I might play a clip over here, but God, how the song comes on. Oh,
I just called my phone, y'all hear
just
it.
call this man's phone, because God
But freaking
Almighty,
yeah, freaking Forces, freaking the murder track. That's
Murder
literally what's
Track was
called
good.
murder. It's
Yeah,
from
Murder Track was
the
good.
anime. Freaking what else was one of my favorite? Oh, obviously, Bonfire of Dreams is by far the
Yeah,
number one.
he made another
And
song
for
called
those who don't know, that's Guts' theme. That's
yeah. He
Guts'
got
theme.
another song called what's that little red thing called yeah,
The Bellet,
the
the
Bellet, yeah,
Bayonet.
yeah, yeah,
I'll be freaking butchering that shit too
yeah.
sometimes. I'm kind of
But
mad.
bruh, oh my God, like everything about like that's another
Berserk was just perfect, man. Like I
yeah.
always ask people when I tell them that Berserk is my number one manga or anime, you know, and people be like, "Oh, DBZ's mine," or you know, the basic
And you know what? That's
DBZ, One
good.
Piece, Naruto. I'm like, okay, but we have our little discussions and they try to, I'm like, bro, try to shit on Berserk. I welcome you to like.
But
You
it's
can probably shit on the anime because they do be leaving stuff out. But as far as if we talking straight up manga,
right.
and that's like that shit's perfect, man.
It
Everyone
just
has great character development. They
like even
chemistry
yeah,
flows so well
I
together.
will have to agree that because I know I said a lot. I'm kind of mad at myself. I left Berserk out because everybody had to have a shine to grow. Even Shirake. Shirake
Oh
has
man, yeah, that overpowered. She's pretty
bro
OP.
because then she
But
teaches
yeah, she did
Farnese.
too.
She teaches Farnese how to use magic and stuff like that. Because she was kind
Uh,
of so not I won't say secluded, but she didn't trust outsiders that much, and so that jump
yeah,
look,
you were right. She was secluded. Like she didn't care. She didn't want to fuck
she
with
didn't.
nobody. She wanted to stay there with
Because
her
what was
mistress. You
so
know.
funny was for me, I'm talking about like both like when I remember when they was getting ready to leave to go to Elfheim. I remember I think it was Farnese's mother asked like I think she pretty much correct me if I'm wrong, man. She kind of asked like, "Why are you doing this? Like, what was it somebody you love, you care for?" And I remember in the show in the little
Oh, yeah, they both got a little thing for guts.
yeah, yes,
There was a scene on the boat where she got pissed at Casca. She
yeah,
was mad.
yeah.
She
She
was
like
baiting
Gus does all this
Casca.
for you, and you don't know how to appreciate him. This that and
Yeah.
the. I was
And
like,
I'm
shit.
like, for you this bitch, she's brain dead. Leave her alone.
Like, come on, Farnese.
That
I get that you're mad.
was and she got her memory back, and Farnese just kept apologizing to her. Like, I wonder if she remembered what I was saying. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure she do.
I'm sure she
And
do.
Guts, me and Casca probably in the back of her head, like, bitch, don't try to steal my man. I'll beat your ass.
You know. I'm
Because
sorry,
yeah,
because
all
I
of them got
remember.
a
I gotta
crush.
bring this up.
Cherokee getting the crush on him too.
Oh
Like
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. I gotta say this because you made me think about Resident Evil because we and Tremaine was trying. We just trying to we trying to be loot goblin, trying to get money for the game. So at one point we got to the Jill part and
Oh,
Jill kicked the crap out of Tremaine. I was like, "Don't you trying to take my man?" Costco gonna do that to Farnese.
y'all see my little outtakes. Y'all see. I
uh,
recorded a few little things. That
yeah,
was us just fucking
yeah.
around
We
mainly.
just
But
messing around. It was funny.
going back to thing, yeah, like Farnese. Yeah, and that's like that whole bathtub scene was that shit. I was like, damn, yeah, she was pissed. He was
Yeah,
fussing at
bro.
her. He probably wanted to beat Casca's ass.
Right, so, you know, Gus
I'm
still like,
tired of your ass, man.
Gus still
You
so
know,
much for you. This, that, and the other. Nah, nah, nah. I was like, yo, she probably don't understand what you're saying right now, but chill.
Yeah, she was in her fields for sure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like all his new crew look up to him. Well, what they said is just Serpico. Serpico respects him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like because Ishido's freaking
Ishido
trying to
had
model
me
his
cracking
life.
up, bro. I love
I want to
him.
be like the 100-man Slayer, not knowing you working right next to the guy.
Right.
And like he is so fucking retarded because there's a scene right when they get to freaking Elfhelm and they confirm that Gus was in the Band of the Hawk and all that stuff. He's like, "You're in the Band of the Hawk? Oh my god! You must have known the captain of the Ram." Like, Isha, you fucking dumbass.
But Ishido and Shirake, I love their funny moments together because I think they're. I'm not trying to reach, but I think this might be something like I think he cares for her, but at the same time, it's like.
Hey, you better stop it there. You treading on.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm just saying for what I'm reading because I think one point he accidentally touched her chest, and then she kind of like she turned like his main, not his brand. I'm sorry. She kind of made him. Yeah, and I died. I cracked up.
He
so
didn't accidentally do that shit.
I cracked up so hard.
Because he was talking mess about like that was one thing about the anime that killed me is when they was meeting the mistress and she was trying to apologize for that crash. She's like, "I'm sorry for turning your friend into a monkey," but he grabbed somewhere inappropriate and he was forcing her to say it. Like, where did I grab? My like, your what? The sound he made, that shit killed me. That was pretty funny. And then Guts came and just smacked him in the head and that damn freaking glass tube thing went in his nose. I was like, ow! That was funny animated to me. That was pretty funny to me because that was one of the rare 2D scenes if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I think
that's the bad part about those adaptations, the 2015 and 16 one. Because the 2D scene looked good.
Yeah, the 2D scene looked
that was
great.
The bad part. Like the shit, and I get it. You probably don't got the budget.
Right.
I get that. But at that point, I don't blame y'all. I blame the people that gave y'all permission. Like, why did y'all go to them? Y'all should have went to a big name fucking company like Wiz or something.
Maybe because the big name's afraid to touch it though. Maybe that's the thing too. I mean, that's what the issue with it. It's like so now we're not touching that.
But it's Berserk, man. Y'all need to handle this shit with care.
Yeah.
You don't just give it to the first buyer or whatever and just say, "Here, animate this."
Right.
Imagine you just working in an anime studio and you work on nothing but like romantic comedies and shit.
Right.
And then somebody come knock on your door and say, "Hey, yeah, what's up? You ever heard of manga Berserk?" "Oh, yeah, I heard of it, never read it." "All right, animate it." And they leave. Like, wait, what? What did you say? "Yep, here. Animate this arc, that arc, and call it a day."
Like, I'm gonna give you a name, but I want you to animate it. Like, I'm gonna give you a name. It's like, where's the source material? Is it the manga? What's it? No. Just give you a name, animate it.
Like, you read it. You go read it on your own time, but make sure it's out by tomorrow.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it was. Like, because I remember when I watched it, I was so conflicted.
Like,
I was happy.
I was happy to see a Berserk come back, but at the same time, I was like, this 3D and yeah, because the 3D animation really.
Insert Devil May Cry meme with what the hell is this? That's pretty much how I felt, dog. But I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, I'm happy for your existence, but I'm sad for your existence because this is awful.
It's like you got somebody coming from home you ain't seen in a long time, but then they look completely different. That's like when they went. Like I said, when they went to the 2D looked amazing. It was like
it was just too rare and too random because like they try to get you. They try to get you like it's gonna be 2D.
Yeah.
Because literally during the first episode, you see Guts walking in that horrible 3D and he's like, ugh.
Yeah.
No. And after the opening credits and stuff, when we cut to the bar, when we this is not even how they met, but whatever. Right. But yeah, that's the problem too. A lot of people think that's where Guts met Puck at, where he first met him and all that shit. But I'm like, yeah, he met Puck and Ishido and all that shit. and I'm like, what? This look good, man. Right? And then it comes back to
Go
3D.
back to 3D. I'm
Like,
like,
what
all right,
the
no.
hell?
And I see my fair
Crappy
share. I
over
see
here.
my fair share of 3D animated stuff because I like it. What's that show called? Kinston Asura or Basura, wherever it's, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I like the story, but the like when it started going more the 3D thing, I'm like, why does it look so disproportionate? It's like the characters look too disproportionate for me. I'm like, and it throws me off every
I
time.
can't really enjoy an anime if it doesn't look right. And to
Yeah,
be honest, a lot of people tell me to watch, but that's one of the reasons why I don't watch Baki no more. I don't like how the new Baki looks.
yeah,
I'm one of those.
because like I got my brothers watching Baki. I didn't watch it just like when they start getting into the fight. That's how I was like, so why it just don't look right. It's just
It
like,
looks so nasty,
yeah,
man. It
it
looks
do. I said, I'm
nasty.
not like again. I'm not trying to hit the Baki fans out there. It just I hate how it looks when it starts to fight. That's like some look better, some look better than others. Don't get me wrong, but it's like a lot of times it's like, okay, I guess it's whatever.
Y'all deal with this eyesore. And my thing is, I'll admit, I gave Berserk a pass because it's fucking
It's
Berserk. It's
Berserk,
my favorite
right, right.
of
But
all
like, okay, like
time.
check
And
this
that's
out for
me.
a second. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this right quick. I'm looking at the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. It had some 3D elements, but it was blended in so well to the 2D. You can't really tell what part was 3D, what part was 2D.
A lot of anime do that shit
Yeah, like I
nowadays.
said,
Like,
but like, I think
some
that's the
3D
purest
stuff.
example is Dragon Ball. You
Yeah,
know,
I can't think of no examples, but I do know a lot of, like, a good example. I can't think of none right at the top of my head,
yeah,
but
I can't read like
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of anime do that. I don't know why they do it, made to save money, but some of it, like I said, is those rare cases where it does blend. Like, oh, that look nice,
it blends
you
in.
know,
Well, you
shit.
can't really tell. It's like, oh, this actually looks like that 3D. I was like, that look good.
Even if exactly, like sometimes it looks so well you wouldn't even know. Like another thing that I noticed that did blend 3D and anime together, like 2D animation. Invincible did that a few
Oh yeah,
times, and
yeah.
some of this.
Like a lot of times I
It
couldn't
may
tell that
not
part
be
certain part was
bad,
3D,
but
but
them
it
boys
blended in so well. They blended so well with it. Like, oh, this actually looks
yeah,
pretty
and
good.
like the thing about this Berserk 2015-16 one, it should have been 2D, and then they will have an aspect of 3D
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
nowhere.
something like
And
that.
then aside from the animation, though, let's go to the most infamous. I think the animation. No, the animation probably might be worse, or I
Hmm.
don't know. Y'all, the fans, decide people that's viewing. But let's go to one of the most infamous thing about that: the fucking clang, the single clang sound that kept up playing every time Guts fought somebody. Y'all already know that sound effect, so don't get me out playing that shit. Everybody already know what sound effect I'm talking about. When you smashing two pots together to mimic swords.
Yeah,
But yeah, that shit was
that-
annoying. It was extra loud for some
for
fucking
some
reason, and
reason,
it
yeah, that
like
clan was extra loud for no apparent reason. I'm like, so okay, what?
that. That thing had a lot of problems. That's why it's just, I
Yeah,
hate this. I hate when I see people when they talk about their top 10 worst animes and they even mention Berserk. I'm like, ooh, I just want to punch them, but I can't.
they better not say. They said the '90s one was one of the worst one.
No, they don't. They don't really specify. They just say Berserk. That's the thing.
Wow.
They don't say. Sometimes they say
What's that?
Berserk
Watch Mojo.
2015.
That's like a Watch
But
Mojo
no,
thing.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that on Watch Mojo. But fuck Watch Mojo, man. But I'm talking about various YouTubers from small time to big time YouTubers.
Mm.
I see freaking people all say it, and I'm like, I hate to see that somebody put worse anime and Berserk in the same sentence. Like, oh god,
Yeah, like it'd be
like
better if
that's
they specify, but don't worry, guys, because me and Train, that's one of it we're gonna do. We can talk about our. I think we talked about our worst animes before. We never, or did we?
I don't know if I mentioned it already.
I,
No, we talking about dubs.
oh,
We
yeah, we
talking
talk
about
about the.
dubs.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna
Anime.
do a list called worst, and we gonna both go out. We go give out both our perspectives on that. That's on a later video, a later time. Consider this like season 1 of the Random Talk podcast.
more like season 2 because you said you wanted 9 to be the
Yeah,
last
I
one.
did, but I'm like this is right here going to be the last one because this is again just like how Mortal Kombat was. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because I actually love Berserk. I actually
Yeah,
love it.
man, like that's like I was saying earlier in the video, like freaking, like I said, most of these things, like these type of deaths or whatever, don't reach me that much.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not crying no big tears and all that. I might end up crying later because I'm starting to see a lot of my friends contact me and they're like, we
yeah,
all, and I'm letting y'all know right now as a fair warning, prepare your hearts for this, that Berserk is dead, man.
yeah.
It died with Kentaro. It
Like
just
just
will
like
never have anything. There is no way, there is no one on this planet that can mimic his work.
they
Even
can't.
if you somehow, in some miracle, can mimic his art style, you ain't gonna be able to mimic his storytelling.
You can't because
We don't
like
even know.
because think
Literally, the last chapter was talking about freaking Skull Knight's relationship with Flora, which I believe is the mistress name,
yeah,
Shiraki's
yeah.
mistress
It was
name.
Flora.
But he was talking about Flora and then his relationship with the current
The
Queen of the Elves
Queen
or
of Elves.
whatever. And then it cuts to Guts, and they're like, what are you gonna do now? Blah blah blah. He sees Casca in the mirror talking to Farnese. He fucking smiles. He fucking actually
Yeah, because
smiles,
like
and then
he don't get that crazy smile when he used to when he fights. He just it was like a normal smile.
yeah, and he's like, he's trying to like forget his worries and his troubles right now, and then the fucking Moonlight Baby appears,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
because
it
wasn't
ends right there.
yeah
You know,
because
like it's like,
wasn't
why are you here?
Griffith was coming to attack the Elfheim or something like that in that
We
chat.
don't know. No, no, what?
Oh
No. It's his kid, man. The Moonlight Baby. He just shows up and it ends right there. And you're like, what happened? And now we will never know why this kid is here or how he got here.
because bro, like I'm gonna say this too because like, I know this is not your favorite anime or manga, but High School of the Dead because I really did enjoy that. Yes, I know it's weird because of the weird physics they do. That's not the point because it literally ended. The manga literally ended when they I can't remember how it ended, but the writer took a break, and then during his break, he just I can't remember how he passed away, but it shocked me. I'm like, dog. So then they talk about reviving the anime, and but it never got off the ground. So it was like, dog. So I ain't gonna. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel like. I feel like.
Like,
I feel like
my
I
thing
want
is,
Berserk to come back, but I don't think it's gonna come back after this. I would love for it to do, but I don't think it is.
yeah, freaking. Yeah, like my thing, you can't mimic their work,
Yeah, you
man. You
can't.
just can't. Because like I said, even if it is by some miracle you can draw like them,
Mm-hmm.
you can't. Can you really tell a story
It's like
like that?
story
And
like
I
that.
know I was talking to some of my friends. They was like, they can just end it right with the next jump. That they can't. Like,
They
what would they
can't.
do?
They really can't. Even if Kentaro started on the next volume of it, he can't finish. You can't.
I
I
don't even
mean,
want to see it. If somebody
I
told
would
me
like to
straight
see
up
it
that freaking, hey, Kentaro got some of the next chapter 364 done. He got some of those done. You want to see some of the panels? No, I don't. I wouldn't want to see it. So it's gonna hurt
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's gonna hurt me even more.
That's how I feel like
Like
this.
shit.
They just got. I know he had a protege, but I don't think even if his protege guy is good as him, it probably won't be as good as Kentaro. So I guess we can leave off.
I hope I'm pleasantly surprised
Yeah, I mean,
because
now if he does, I will be somewhat happy, but at the same time sad because the original art is not with it. But
I will always just be like, it depends. It depends on how it looks and
yeah,
how it's being
yeah,
told.
I agree with that. I agree with that. So I guess we can. So
Too much about visuals, but
yeah,
man, it's just
I don't know. It's hard. So I guess we can. So Tremaine, you want any last words you want to ask before we get ready to end this?
too many. Dude, we'll be here for a whole another couple hours because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah,
not even
maybe we still
close
might do a whole
to the
Berserk
amount.
video. Maybe we still might do one. You know, out of respect for Kentaro. I just want to talk about this because I know it's really important to Tremaine. And I really want to talk about it. So,
Like I was, like my friends would tell y'all, the people that was on the phone with me and in the PlayStation party with me at the time where I first read it, they'll tell you. I went from, oh man, ha ha ha, happy go lucky, having all sorts of fun, to just dead, just in a matter of seconds, just like, yo, this ain't legit, is it? Because like people don't understand just how much I love this series, how much I love the character, man.
yeah,
This was my favorite character of all time. Like, dog, I just love this dude. And I'm
yeah,
like, man,
yeah.
one of my friends hurt my feelings the most talking about, and I guess we can say Griffith one did. I'm like, why would you say that? Now, why you say that? Because
Like why?
things like
Would you
Griffith
say that?
one, man, and I'm like,
I
you
feel like he
bastard.
did it as a joke to try to make you to feel
I
all
don't
right.
know. I don't think he was joking. He was he was a fan himself. I don't think he was joking, man.
But the
I
thing is, we will never know. We will never know. But
yeah.
but all right, guys.
You're right. Yeah, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we
Yeah, let's
run
go
low on
ahead.
time, so this is officially the last episode for this season of Random Talk. Like I said, right now me and Trey we are coming with different ideas, but I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to do this episode before actually end the season. But make sure you like, subscribe, come to the rant side. We do have those cookies. Make sure you check out Ultra Fatal too, guys. Again, he does a lot of music work. Now we are working on 2 videos together. We're doing Resident Evil 5 Revisited and doing Resident Evil 6 Revisited. We're currently trying to prepare to do Resident Evil 5 on a professional.
Yeah,
And
professional difficulty.
Yeah,
and
so
then
we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna do the other DLCs. Then we're gonna do Resident Evil 6 as well. But yeah, guys. So, Jermaine, you want to say what you want to say before we end this off?
Yeah, man. Freaking yeah, y'all stay Ultra Fatal, man.
Yeah, y'all stay random, and please, I'm gonna say it again, please, y'all stay random, and we'll see you all in the next video. See y'all next time.